Little Tour Black Rain Ordinance Incorporated in Neosho. The Joplin Memorial Run was held on Saturday morning. You can see winners' names at newstalkkzrg.com. When you see news, call or text our tip line at 417-208-9TIP. For News Talk KZRG, I'm Steve Smith on KIX 102.5.
Sunshine this afternoon with highs in the upper 70s, partly cloudy and low 50s tonight. Sunshine, low 80s for tomorrow, and Wednesday, a chance of storms in the afternoon, highs in the low 80s.
KIX 102.5 storm tracker radar isn't showing anything over the 4 states.
55 in Miami, 52 in Pittsburgh, 54 in Joplin. To get signed up for severe weather alerts, head to the KIX app.
Time now for the KIX Kids Pledge, and today we're featuring Peyton from Carl Junction.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Great job, Peyton. And if you'd like your kids or a class group or whomever to be on the KIX Kids Pledge, just go to KIX1025.com, go to the Morning KIX page, and then click on the button to find out how to upload your audio.
Or if it's easier, you can just give us a call at 417-623-1025.
Settle down. Way too happy this time of the morning. She just been nothing but, hey, welcome to my...
I like the morning. I'm always a little bit chipper in the morning.
Take a chip out of your chipper.
Hey, wait a second.
For those of you who are having to deal with the over-the-top Monday morning person, we got just what you need in 20 minutes.
Here's Morgan Wallen.
It ain't Morgan Wallen, I guarantee
It's
that.
KIX 102.5. Okay, I am...
Morning, everybody. Yeah, do that. Thank you.
We need the other one too.
Yeah, the other one too. Oh, man. I'm trying to make this.
Oh, it's so dark in here now. Yay. My hair is not doing the thing that I want it to do today. Have you noticed? It's making me crazy. But I only styled half of my hair.
I noticed that.
It's the half that's going to be over my shoulder.
Next week, are you going to do the other side?
I'm getting my hair done tomorrow.
Oh, finally.
And I'm very, very excited
We
about
all
it.
are.
Randy.
-2. Okay, why won't this let me post this? It says -2 on Twitter.
Because you need to take off 2 characters.
But I'm not in the red anywhere. Oh, there. Okay. I had to put the story up
Morning, Kathy.
for Flurd.
Good morning, Jimmy Lee. Good morning, Megan. Morning, Romelda. Good morning, Sarah.
How was everybody's
Morning, Jimmy.
weekend?
We cleaned out our gutters this weekend.
Yay!
Yay.
Those trashy gutters. One of the things I did after the tornado when they came and had to replace all the gutters in my house, I said, I want something to cover those permanently. I don't ever want to have to work on them again. And they charged me for it, but
Oh, I'm sure.
in their defense, I will say I've never had to work on them again.
So we've got gutter covers over a majority of our gutters. There's the gutter off the carport doesn't have a cover, and then
The problem is the parts that don't have, if they run into the ones that do have,
right.
then you have to get into the ones. Yeah, that makes it difficult to get into there to clean those out.
It became a whole family thing, though. The kids got involved. They loved it. They thought it was so fun.
Now, if you really want to do it, I mean, like once it's got wet and stuff and you have to go in with your hand and dig it out, there's little wiggling worms down in that stuff that is a lot of fun to have on your hand.
Ew.
They're harmless, but it's just disgusting.
That's nasty.
Because the rotting vegetation in those gutters. It's mosquito larvae, stuff like that. It's really good to keep those cleaned out because you're breeding insects in that water. Mosquitoes, number
Ew.
one.
I don't like it.
I don't like it. Put it away. No, Mummy.
We never did do that. Found out I only know 25 letters of the alphabet. I don't know why.
Y is spelled W-H-Y. You don't know why. Don't know why. Who doesn't?
That's Megan.
Oh, Megan doesn't? Well, that...
Romelda Wildflowers, Megan. The more you know. That's right. The more you know.
Did So you cleaned out your gutters over the weekend. What else did you do?
We did the farmer's market Saturday morning, and while we were there, we rode the train for the first time that they've got in Webb City.
Is it an actual train or is it the little choo-choo drive around carrot plug?
It's like a trolley.
Yeah.
But it has the pusher thing behind it.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah. It was...
It's the sad train.
No, it wasn't sad. They read a train book to you on there, and you got to ring the bell. Or
It gets better
the
and
horn.
better all the time.
And, of course, the boy goes up there, and he wants to, like... They're
Shoot
like,
at
okay, let's
people.
go do. And he was like, no, we're doing this. And he pulled it down really hard. Doo.
Romelda said,
It was great.
had to go to the two granddaughters graduate, one from Joplin, one from Neosho, and I couldn't go to either of them due to her surgery. So sorry, Romelda.
Oh, man.
You know, why didn't they do a live video? It's so easy now
Right.
these days to do a live video from Facebook or a live messenger to where you could watch the whole thing, at least, participate that way. You thought COVID would have taught us that.
Right. Morning, Sheila.
So, Friday, what did we do? Oh, we went down to Brian Smith's house that night, and it was raining and cold and windy. And my
Right.
wife's like, are we seriously going to go listen to a band play outside in this? And I said, well, Brian's moving it inside. He's got a great big barn there on his property. Brian is the guy who owns Chrome Shop Mafia.
Mm-hmm.
And so every so often he has a get-together where he brings in these artists to his house that he's discovered. And this was Race Ricketts. So Race is this songwriter guy, pretty famous in the red dirt world. And I'm not a fan of that kind of music, but he had a great voice, and he had a song called I'm a Pacifist. You ever heard of this?
No.
Pacifist right through your jaw. I know, it's Brian Martin, not Brian Smith, babe. Thank you for watching out every word that I say. Brian Martin.
Martin.
And so we did go, and they had gumbo. Here's a picture of Race playing. He's a big old hairy guy. My wife thought he looked like the guy on that show Blackbird.
I don't know that show.
It's on Apple TV. It's about the serial killer at the prison that they have to infiltrate. And he did look a lot like him, but he was much funnier. It was like 50 degrees.
Hold on, Randy. 5 seconds.
KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen, 710.
Sunshine this afternoon with highs in the upper 70s. It's 54 in Joplin.
You don't have to be so happy about it, Jen.
Why not? I like mornings, and the weather's going to be gorgeous today.
Yeah, but it's Monday.
I can still be happy on a Monday.
And for those of you that do have to deal with a person who is over the top happy on a Monday,
Hey, wait a second.
we've got exactly what you need. And no, it isn't a shovel so you can dig another hole in the ground to put them in.
That's so rude.
Thank you. You're welcome.
It's the Van Perry.
On KIX 102.5. I just said thank you. You're welcome. So anyway, it was freezing cold, but Sarah, Brian Martin's wife, Sarah, had made gumbo, and we all had that. There was probably about 150 some people there
Wow.
at his house, and everybody just brings lawn chairs and just kind of clusters around, and they set up this guy in Brian's garage there, which is a big garage. You know, it probably hold a couple of 18-wheelers. And they play. And we stayed till about, here's the deal. We didn't want to leave. And where we were sitting, you could no longer walk behind the audience. You'd had to walk right in front of them. So that empty space between the crowd and the band, that's where we would have to walk to leave, carrying our chairs, And I'm like, oh, my God, it's just going to be noticeable. So I told my wife, I said, let's wait until 9 o'clock. Surely they'll take a break then, because he started playing at 8.
Right.
No. And as we get up and we walk across the crowd, as soon as we get in front of the crowd, past them, I hear him say, we're going to do one more before we take a break.
Of course.
Stupid,
Of course.
stupid. So I went and thanked Brian and everything.
Yeah.
And said, we got to get home. We got to be at the Joplin Memorial Run the next day, which it did have. So I went to that Saturday, and where they had me stuck was up on Broadway, and had everybody waved as they went by, but it was just me there by myself on Broadway, listening to my audiobook until about 8:30.
Yeah.
And then they came through and picked up the cones. I went back to the radio station. That was it.
Who else was out there?
Everybody. I mean, every station was represented.
Oh, okay. Of course.
So I guess they had quite a big time down at Cunningham, but I didn't go to all that. I went home and went back to bed and then was lazy the rest of the day. We watched this weekend, got to see the movie 65, which you've probably seen advertised. It's Adam Driver's in it. It's about a space traveler who crashes on Earth 65 million years ago.
Whoops.
Yeah. And it's gotten horrible reviews. So I've been very nervous about spending any money to rent it.
Right.
It's not free yet. But it has now dropped from $20 to rent down to $1.50.
Nice.
So
what did you think of it? Was it worth all the bad reviews?
Thought it was good. I liked it. It was fun. Wasn't a great story, wasn't real depth, but it was a lot of fun.
Morning, Dustin. Morning, Dorinda.
Yeah, Dustin, that's right. Reward Facebook for that good behavior, right?
Wow, they actually got a Facebook notification.
Yeah.
Morning, Carol.
So we watched that. We watched the Ant-Man movie.
Oh, the new one?
Which is
with his daughter
stupid
who's
long.
Like,
yeah, they're down in the quantum verse or whatever, and it was okay. But I didn't think it was any better than 65.
So, I don't know. Like, I'm not annoyed by that whole thing. I thought it was a big shtick. Like, you go in there, you're going to die. You're going to keep, like, multiplying and falling apart or stuff. And now they go in there and it's like, do-do-do-do-do-do.
They do a little bit, but then they get themselves together. So, and they go on. There's no explanation for that either. It's like, at one time there are so many of him that there's mountains up them.
Mm-hmm.
And then he just kind of pulls them all back into himself.
Weird.
So, yeah, you start messing with those kind of theories, there's no way to keep the story consistent. So you just kind of got to throw all that out the window. So, and then, let me see, it was Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Saturday, I ordered new deck boards. So those are supposed to be coming delivered today to the house. So I'm going to get to work on those. My goal is to get them done Saturday and open the pool this weekend, maybe, so that we can enjoy it on Memorial Day.
Mm-hmm.
Then last night, after we got through watching the Ant-Man movie thing, it was about 6:30, and we were watching something else, and I was looking up zone appropriation for the state of Missouri. So zoning is what they use to classify where plants should be planted, where they are hardy enough to survive.
Mm-hmm.
So it starts, the lower numbers are up north, and they go bigger numbers as you head south, okay? We are zone 6B. So Missouri is pretty much classified as zone 6, and it goes, I think it's like A, B, C, but we're in B. Their C is over in the Boot Heel.
Mm-hmm.
So once I realized finally what zone we were in, I'm like, hey, we could just go buy zone 6 plants and find some flowering zone 6 plants that do well in shade. Well, there aren't any. There's like 2 at Lowe's anyway.
Right.
So we did go over and bought a whole bunch of plants, and then we spent the next 3 hours, so until 10 o'clock last night, digging holes and planting plants. Just got a wild hair up our butt, which is really weird. And usually have to surgically remove that. But
Sarah says she slept till noon on Saturday.
I didn't get any pictures of our flowers. It was dark by the time. I need to have my wife do that.
They sound really pretty, what you were saying earlier.
They might be. They're a start at prettiness. Yeah. Here's where I was on Broadway. That's my finger. Yes, I know.
Wow.
Yeah. There's, oh, look.
Oh, it's a runner.
Yep, that's where they had me. And I didn't put anything on Facebook because it was never anything more than just that. And then we're just running by. So I'm like, today is the anniversary of the Joplin tornado.
Mm-hmm.
Nice to have a sunny day. Hey, what's up, Diggs?
Hey, good morning, Diggs. Here we go. 5
watching
seconds,
on
Randy.
Twitch? Is he watching on Twitch?
Yeah.
Yeah. Welcome, buddy. KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen.
See, you can be a little chipper yourself.
Chip something off Be
nice, Randy.
Randy Hauser on KIX. No, Romelda, you stay away from my pool. I've got enough chemical in there that it would damage you. I'm sure it would see you as bacteria.
Whoa. Welcome, Deeks.
So, I should have a pretty busy week. I thought, well, tonight maybe I can do some of those deck boards or at least get them in place.
Yeah.
No, I got a guitar lesson tonight. I promised to do.
Mm-hmm.
Shut up, Sheila. You ain't. No poop allowed in my pool.
Ew. I would hope not.
Well, that's why Romelda and Sheila can't get in the pool.
They're going to poop in it?
Because they are poop.
Hey, be nice.
So, I can't do that. I have rehearsal tomorrow night. I have play Wednesday, Thursday. We have get together. And so maybe Friday evening I can get started.
Unless you get another
And
wild hair.
Saturday. No, these are the wild hairs.
I watched Ferris Bueller over the weekend for
Yes,
movie Rehab.
We'll find out what she thought of that. I really like Jennifer Lawrence in this movie. It's so easy to forget that she is the
Jennifer Lawrence in what movie?
in this movie. Ferris Bueller.
Jennifer Grey.
Jennifer Grey, I mean, not Lawrence. What the heck? They both look very similar.
No, yeah, Jennifer Grey was great in this movie. She was super fun.
But I always forget that she's the Dirty Dancing. She's Baby.
She's Baby. Nobody puts Baby in the corner. And it was crazy. I haven't seen that movie, but I know that line.
Yeah.
It's that iconic.
Well, we're saving that.
All right, you ready for this break?
I have to do that in the middle of summer when it's really hot. That just feels like that kind of movie. KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen.
Sunshine this afternoon with highs in the upper 70s. It's 54 in Joplin.
And we'll give you a look at the weather forecast to tell you what it's going to be like for all this week. This is the week before the official kickoff summer.
And
right?
it's going to feel like it for the most part. You know, highs in the low 80s. A chance of storms only one days, but otherwise gorgeous sunny skies.
And we'll take a look at the weather forecast in about 6 minutes. And we'll have Jen's recap to Ferris Bueller's Day Off, which she saw over the weekend, part of us trying to rehabilitate her lack of movies that she's never seen.
I cannot believe, by the way, that you are still giving me grief because I am happy on a Monday morning.
It's not normal.
It is very
Not normal at all.
Would you rather I just sit here and be a Debbie Downer the whole time?
Would feel better. I mean,
It's
at least we
Monday.
could relate a little bit better to that.
Oh, come on.
For
Some people
those-
like Mondays.
Everybody's got that one person in their life that's like, hey, happy first day of the week. Welcome back to the workspace. And you want to pull certain teeth out of their mouth with a pair of pliers.
Hey, now.
So for those of you that do have to deal with that, we thought we would salute you or salute them as the real American heroes that they are.
This station presents Real American Heroes.
Real American hero.
Today, we salute you, Mr. Chipper Monday Morning Coworker.
Mr. Chipper Monday morning coworker.
To the rest of us, Monday represents the end of 2 days of freedom. But to you, it's the start of a new week, new beginnings, a day of optimistic opportunities for making the world a better place.
Say happy Monday one more time, I'll punch you.
What the heck are you on anyway?
Are you sure that's coffee made in your coffee? Yeah.
So when the one-man glee club greets you with, "Who's a Mr. Monday Grumpy Head?" try to resist the urge to throw him in a wastebasket and kick him down the stairs, because he's just Mr. Chipper Monday Morning Coworker, a real American hero.
Mr. Chipper Monday morning coworker.
See you next Tuesday, loser.
Right? Okay, so I've never seen one of these plants before.
Yeah,
but
what is it?
I can't remember the name of it, but they are zoned for this area. They're zoned for zone 6. They're hardy down to negative 30 degrees. So
Nice.
And they are perennial, and they only grow well in the shade, which is this area. It's by the back door, never gets any sunlight. So it's got this weird looking flower at its tip that grows out in this single stalk vine that snakes its way. Makes me a little nervous because it looks so much like a snake. So here's what it looks like. Let me see if I can get it to come in.
I like this one. This one's cool.
So, and those two plants by the side of it are different. They're different plants. So these things, man, the stupid camera is awful.
So what is that?
So I planted two of those on either side of it, and then this in the middle. So you can see its leaves are very different.
Ooh, I love the greens,
So-
though.
Yeah, that's because you can't get any flowers. Me and my wife, we've got way too much green around back. We're trying to put some flowers.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
she's got a better shot. See how green everything is?
Yeah.
There's way too much green. That's our back.
A nice little pop of red in there.
So we're trying to gradually intersperse, and we have, you can see pink in the background too, back over there.
Oh, yeah.
And that one needs a little bit of sunlight, so we put it over on the edge. And then we've got that yucca plant there in the middle, which it will have big, tall, white bell-like flowers on the top of it when it finally blooms, if ever.
If ever.
And then all the ground cover. And each one of these little things you see around here,
Mm-hmm.
those all bloom flowers.
Oh, cool.
They just haven't yet, and they're really, really late this year. And then you see where this rock is? Right here in the middle?
Yes.
That's where Aslan's buried.
Oh.
So I
Good
got
to
to be
know.
real careful when I'm digging. I told my wife, I was like, well, the ground's already fertilized.
Thank you, Dustin. That's right, Will. Be nice, Randy Brooks. His hands. They're so creepy. I think it's my eyeliner doing it. You don't know what I'm talking about.
Your inability to focus. So
No, I don't think it's that. Well, maybe that too. I
you
think it's
test it. I always look like as far as I can see on a billboard, and then do this eye, then that eye, and then I also try to do it close. This eye, that eye. Which one?
This eye's just like kind of leaky today. It's a gross word.
Maybe you've got pink eye.
I don't have pink eye.
Shouldn't wipe your butt and then your eyeball. Everybody knows that.
Thank you, Randy. No,
yeah, Dustin. Stop it.
have a good one, Will.
Sarah says, good thing I have my own pool. Good thing I have my own pool. Well, we're coming and swimming in Sarah's pool. I bet her pool's already open. I wish I had one of those solar blanket things to put on the top of it.
A solar blanket?
Yes, they make these. It looks like a great big, what do they call, bubble wrap.
Mm-hmm.
And you just lay it out on top of the water. It floats on it, and it actually magnifies the sun, so it heats the water in your pool.
Oh, that's cool.
And I've thought about getting one of those, but I don't even know
Expensive?
what they cost. I don't know. Sarah says it is, but it's not warm enough to swim in yet. I don't have a guitar lesson tonight. It is Friday. Oh, it's Friday night. Well, then I can work on the deck a little bit tonight. Yay, I guess. Yay. I'd like to get some of it done.
Mm-hmm.
So on our deck, the deck is about 20 feet long.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And we are going to finish up. We've been gradually working. It curves around the pool, about a third of the pool.
That's terrible advice, Greg.
Throw a toaster in. Yeah. Oh, it's hot. So we've done like one corner section out a little ways. And with these composite boards I'm getting today will allow me to do up to about 16 foot, all of it.
Nice.
So I'll have like about another 5 or 6 feet left to do. And the stairs, which we're not going to do the stairs. That's going to take another year. Those boards are all 16 foot, 16 to 20 foot long.
Yeah. And
it gradually curves around. That'll be a whole process in and of itself because I'll actually have to rip some of those boards in half. And I don't know if you can do that successfully with composite.
Rip them in half?
So ripping is when you cut a board lengthwise.
Oh, I was like...
Cross-cutting is where you cut across, but ripping, yeah, it sounds like...
I was like, Randy, I don't think you could do that at all, actually.
Yeah. So I'm going to have to... That's difficult to do.
Yeah.
What I'll do is make a jig for my saw to sit on so it'll go and then cut them lengthwise.
Mm-hmm.
Ripping a 16-foot board is not fun.
Have a great day, Romelda. Have a good one, Dustin.
Yeah, I don't know how exactly. It's one thing when you do it with a board, but with a composite.
Can you not get the composite?
Right, no. They come in a it's a preset size. It's the industry standard for deck boards are a certain size.
Mm-hmm.
They're a little thicker than a 1x, but it's not quite a 2x, and it's not quite, what is it? I bet Greg knows the size of them. He works with them all the time for deck boards. Like almost 2 inches, 1 3/4, not quite 1 3/4, by 5 inches or something.
Mm-hmm.
So it's an industry standard for deck boards, and it's that size. And if you cut them, then you cut through the coating that goes around the outside of it.
Oh.
And that kind of detrimental to the whole purpose of having it.
Yeah.
I haven't thought about that.
I was going to say, then what do you do?
I don't know. Could leave the original boards that have to be cut. So the reason is because the stairs, the 2 deck boards like that are not wide enough to make a good stair tread.
Mm-hmm.
So they put, the guy who helped me build this designed it. He put another smaller piece behind that next to the riser so that it made it a little wider. It's more convenient to step on. And it also equals out the right amount of stairs to reach up to the top of the deck.
Right.
I don't know what I'll do. I haven't thought that through all the way. Unless it is an edge piece, you won't get the fabbed roll and most likely be an eyesore. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. And I can't remember what it looks like right now. Hey, Gina! 1/6. There you go, Sheila. You want to go take a picture of the stairs on the deck for me? No. She's like, I'm trying to get ready. You don't have to do that right now. Sarah, we're due movie Rehab at 7:35, so...
But it'll always be on the podcast, though.
Yeah, it'll be on the podcast if you miss it.
Mm-hmm.
And probably another week or two it'll appear on the podcast.
Yeah.
We just got through launching the podcast on Friday that had The Blind Side on it.
Yeah.
So
Fridays ought to have my review of Ferris Bueller.
And was it the setup for The Blind Side? Okay.
Yep.
No, it's the recap. It says here.
The recap?
On the podcast.
Oh, yeah, because it'll be the setup for Ferris Bueller's and Wednesday's podcast, and then the
So this next
Friday.
This coming Friday's podcast should have the recap for Ferris Bueller on it.
Mm-hmm.
We're always 2 ahead of the podcast.
Right. Oh, Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
So this Monday is the unofficial kickoff to summer. The official first day of summer does not happen until June the 15th, 16th, something like that. 21st?
First day of summer is June 21st.
June 21st. There it is. Oh, she went and took a picture of the stairs for me.
Oh, Gina.
Thank you. Yeah.
Seg. 2 seconds.
Perfect. KIX 102.5, the 4 states, #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen.
Well, Jen's movie Rehab recap right after Thomas read.
On KIX 102.5. All right, now we can see what we're talking about here. She did perfect pictures here for me to show you. So what I have here, Greg, I think this will work. Okay. So it's not the riser that's the issue. And excuse me, it's not the tread that's the issue, it's the riser. Okay, so you can see here. See how there's a full-size deck board right here. But then there is a partial board on the bottom of the riser that he did to make them the right height. So I think by cutting the center out of the deck board and just using the rounded part on the top, right here like this, it'll hide the cut piece down below or on the bottom, like right here. So yeah, I've got some ripping to do, but you can see how awful this stain is because it's on the flat surface. See how it's all peeling off?
Mm-hmm.
It looks horrible. So I've got to cut this piece. Now there you can see he used a straight edge piece.
Mm-hmm.
How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5 of them.
That means I'm going to have to totally throw away one board except for just the edge.
That sucks.
It does.
Seems like such a waste. Is there something else we could do with it, though?
Give it to the neighbor kids and let them hit each other with it. That's going to be a lot of fun to replace. Yeah. So, you can see how these do here. There's a better shot of them. That's going to be next year. And then it curves around the pool like that. So, yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. We'll do that next year. So this year the goal is just finish up the deck surface. And these freaking boards are so expensive. For a 16-foot board, $35.
Yikes.
So you do the math. Once you do 10 of those, it's $350 plus tax.
Right.
Plus delivery because you can't carry those in a truck.
Oh, Greg's got another idea for you.
What's that?
Just take the bottom board out, and then the toe board and reassemble should give you even spacing without added any material.
Hold on. Take the bottom board out, and then the toe board and reassemble. What? I'm not understanding what you're saying, Greg. If I take the bottom board out, there'll be a space there. I don't want to leave a space. What are you saying?
Well, he's saying to reassemble it.
But
I don't know.
What you said, just take the bottom board out and then the toe board and reassemble.
All right. 10 seconds.
Huh? I don't want to use the original boards. You know that, right? KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen.
Beautiful sunny skies this afternoon with highs in the upper 70s. It's 54 in Joplin.
We'll give you a look at the weather forecast and 4 states news in just 25 minutes. Plus details about the new Indiana Jones movie. It was just viewed this last week at the Cannes Film Festival. We'll tell you what they thought of it and how well it was received.
Plus, in the next hour, we'll be asking, what do you always eat all of?
Yeah, whenever this is put in front of you, you can't help it. You always consume all of it like a vacuum cleaner. 623-1025 to tell us.
But this weekend, I had to watch another movie for
those of you that don't know, our compatriot from across the counter has never seen a movie before she came to KIX 102.5.
And it's a deficiency that we are rectifying through Rehab.
Rectifying? Dang near killify him.
Randy.
Sorry.
So every weekend, you assign me a movie, I watch it, and I come back on Monday and review it and rank it 1 to 10.
And we thought since school's wrapping up and all that stuff, everybody's thinking of getting out of school or everything, we thought the movie assignment would be appropriate to give you would be Ferris Bueller's Day Off, which you've never seen before.
Which I had never seen before. But, okay, so here's what I think. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
Parts of it were a little bit confusing. Cameron's kind of breakdown, if you will.
Teen angst.
Teen angst felt, it was a little bit strange because the music they were playing was happy and it was a little strange, but I really liked him as a character. I thought he was really interesting and he had this kind of depth to him and growth that I think was really important.
Cameron or Ferris?
Cameron.
Okay.
Did.
Okay.
I actually liked him more than I liked Ferris, believe it or not.
Oh, I totally believe it because all the moodiness and everything. Yeah, that fits.
Ferris is fine. I think he's really fun. I think it's a fun movie. I think I probably would have liked it even more if I'd watched it when I was still in school.
Mhm.
Like, I think I could have a different sort of connection to it. I'd resonate with it differently. So for me, on a scale of 1 to 10, I give it an 8.
An 8. That's pretty good. That's pretty generous, I think. My favorite character in the whole movie, besides the principal, I really like that, was the lady who made the school announcements.
Oh my gosh, she was hysterical. She
Yeah.
was so funny.
That and then Jennifer Grey's character. Really like her and her ability to throw those front kicks like that.
That was impressive as well. So Ferris Bueller's Day Off, 8 out of 10.
And we'll have another movie assignment for this Friday with more of Jen's movie Rehab.
On the 4 states #1 for country.
KIX 102.5.
There.
So, let's see. Did Greg correct his sentence ever? Hey, Peyton!
Hi, Peyton.
He goes, never mind. I forgot you're going composite. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm going to have to rip a whole bunch of composite boards and end up throwing away most of one because I'm just going to use the edge of it and then throw the rest of that $1635 board away.
There's got to be something you can do with it.
There's so much waste in this.
Yeah.
I've tried to do a lot of allocating and spacing so that I don't have to cut, but there's still about 2 foot off of every board that has to be thrown away. Stupid.
Have a great day, Sarah. Welcome back, Megan. Yeah, I think it was satisfying to see the principal get his, for sure.
Jason keeps those scraps and ringers with them. I'm not sure what you meant, Sarah, but okay.
How do you ringer?
I don't like keeping scraps because I don't have enough space to pack rat a bunch of stuff like that. It ends up being a pile, of stuff.
Right.
Usually I'm like, let's throw it away. Let's get it away. So what I'll do after, I'll go get the chainsaw and we'll put them out there and I'll cut them into little pieces and we'll throw them in the garbage can and send them off with the garbage.
Mm-hmm.
If it's anything over 2 feet, I'll keep it because I can use that somewhere probably. I'm also going to build a trap door. That might be what I do this evening.
A trap door so you can go underneath it?
Well, so the deck, the pool pump and the filter are right under the deck.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been planning to do this for a while. What I'm going to do is I'm going to build a square frame on the existing truss floor joists that are under there. Okay, so the joists lay like this, the boards, and then the deck boards lay on top of those and are fastened. So what I'm going to do is put a strip of boards around the inside edge and then cut out the deck board above. Actually, what I'm going to do is screw little strips under the deck boards to build a square so that the deck boards are fastened, screwed to those little strips.
Right.
Make a door. And then I'll cut that door out with a little frame underneath of wood that sits on. And that way I can take that square out and set it back in. But I'm going to put hinges on it, those invisible hinges that you can't see. And so I can flip that up and instantly get to the pool filter from right there. Right now, what we have to do, if you want to like backwash the pool or any kind of interaction with the filter, you have to get out of the pool, the ladder, go all the way around, down the steps, go all the way around the pool, then go underneath the deck, crawling almost, and go up under there and backwash and everything, and then go back out around. And if there's 2 steps to that process, like let's say you have to backwash, then vacuum some more, and then backwash, that can be a pain in the butt.
Right.
So this will be nice to be able to do that.
Hey, good morning, Kyler. How you doing today?
So we might do that. Just build the trap door this evening and then save the deck stuff for Saturday. Because I plan to open the pool Saturday or Sunday, so it'd be nice to have that done.
Right.
Morning, Kyler.
All right, I'm going to head out.
Jen is going to be leaving us this morning because she's a big slacker and
Hey.
loves to bail. At the moment things get difficult. So bye, Jen.
Beans is getting an award at school, and she has no idea. They're going to surprise her with it today, and so they've asked me to come out and be there for her.
Yeah, she's going to be there and going to go celebrate this with her. What's the award for?
She is, so the school has different kind of pillars of.
That they sleep on?
No, like
Big soft pillar?
principles, I guess, that they all follow. So one month is integrity, another month is
Now, I
patience,
just saw
another
like
month is honesty.
the principal of the school wandering around and a bunch of kids behind him following him.
No. And so the word for this month, the last month of school, is gratitude. And her teacher thought that she was a great example of gratitude and wanted to recognize her as the kid from the class.
Wait,
for
aren't
gratitude.
you Beans? Isn't your name Beans?
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Yeah,
So,
very excited, very proud
she
of her.
mentioned it Friday. I'm like, you got to go to that.
Mhm.
So take off, go.
All right, I have no clue when I'll be back, but I will keep you in the loop.
Well, they'll keep me company. As soon as she's gone, I'm taking my pants off. I'm just warning
that.
you guys, okay?
Bye.
Bye. So it's just us rabbits now. Look at that. Camera one with chat. Isn't that handy? So I guess now I have to talk to you people. Shenanigans can start. That's right. Let's burn this place down. By the way, speaking of shenanigans, has anybody checked out J-Dub, Up All Night with J-Dub? I mean, he's just been here a week. So, as he was getting acclimated and everything, I was listening this morning a little bit to him. Guys, he sounds awesome. If you do end up, for some reason, having to be up in the overnight, he is great company. Really, Sheila? We just explained it. Sheesh. She had to go to an awards thing. That didn't take long to have to explain that. He is good. Yeah, Megan got to hear him. He is great. Such a personable, casual, friendly guy on the air. He is so great. So we're talking about, in the next hour, we're talking about what you ate all of, what you always eat all of. So my wife buys these jalapeno cheese curls that you can only get at, what is the Nature Sunshine place down on South 32nd? Bonnie, I can't remember her name, has that place. It's an herb shop. And then there's Suzanne's. They sell them too. And they're kind of expensive for a bag of cheese curls. But they are so freaking amazing. And I will literally sit down and eat all of them. That, my kids decided that was the night to give a listen. Susan's, not Suzanne's. So the other thing that I eat all of are at Walmart, when you go through the bakery area, they have those big fat croissants, in the plastic that they make there in their own bakery. Butter croissants. And they're big. There's like 4 of them that are each this big around, and I can eat all 4 of those. Usually I try to show great restraint and only eat 2 at a time, and I don't need anything else with them. I just eat the croissants by themselves, but that is a challenge for me. Herbs for Life. Yeah, it's the little pink house down on South 32nd. Herbs for Life is the name of the place. Not Lice. Herbs for Lice is a different place. It's a different thing altogether. Yeah, I know. It's not a good thing. Necessarily to me. Where is one in chat? I don't like how this is centered or not centered, rather. Let's do that. There we go. Way too many carbs. Yes, you are absolutely right, Sheila. Way too many carbs. Face red, droopy eyes. What's wrong, Kyler? Are you tired? Oh, I meant to check and see if the Morning KIX chat is working. Yes, it is on the live stream. What they have noticed, though, one of the issues with our video is that, it comes live automatically between 7 and 9 in the morning. But it's also been doing that at night. So apparently it does not know how to differentiate between AM and PM yet. So they're working on that, all these little details when it comes to coding. And they're still working on the chat. I know some of you have been asking about when we're going to have chat on the website on KIX1025.com. Still working on that. We're hoping maybe sometime in June was the last I'd heard. Maybe. Sometime this summer, though, the chat thing is supposed to happen on the website, which is going to be huge because at that point, we're going to start steering everybody. Right now, we're like, you can also watch on KIX1025.com. But at that point, that will become the goal place to have everybody move to. So next week, we'll kick off our Father's Day joke challenge. KIX 102.5, the 4 states, #1 for country. They had the first showing of the new Indiana Jones movie, Dial of Destiny, last week. We'll tell you how it was received right after Luke Combs on KIX. Where did that story go? Why isn't it showing the rest of it? Okay, I've got it right here. Oh, my goodness. Any concert giveaways this week? No, Sheila. This is the first week we've not had an on-air giveaway in like 3 months. So I know we all forget that a lot of the time we don't have on-air giveaways, but that does happen. It's just the spring is so busy, so flooded with giveaways. I'm looking back over our contesting. So between Secret Sound and concerts, it was the first week of April. So, oh, no, and we had Secret Sound going on. So never mind. That was not a thing. It was the last week of February during the Radiothon was the last time we didn't have a week with giveaways. So we kind of get used to them, understandably. So let's see what's going on in the news. They have released the list of the 10 most boring states if you're looking for the states to avoid for vacation. Michigan's number 10, Idaho's number 9, Wisconsin 8, Pennsylvania 7, Ohio 6, Iowa number 5, North Dakota number 4, Nebraska's number 3. Now, wait, there is some cool stuff to do in Nebraska. You just got to know where it is and where to go. The town of Minden, Nebraska has something called Pioneer Village, which is this Americana museum that is just massive. You can spend the whole day there and not see everything. Buffalo Bill Cody's home. I can't remember the name of the town, but that's in Nebraska. That's really neat to see. Number 2 is Delaware, which is a tax dodge masquerading as a state. And then number 1, this is odd. Number 3 was Nebraska, and number 1 is Nebraska. So apparently it made 2 of those. Hi there, Morning Kicks. Can you hold one moment for me? That's Dustin, so always calls right before the break. KIX 102.5, the 4 states, number 1 for country. Morning Kicks with Randy and Jen. Jen had to step out for a little bit, but she'll be back later during the show. And in the next hour, we're going to be talking about what do you always eat all of anytime this is set down in front of you, or anytime you're presented with a bag of this or whatever it might be, you always inevitably eat all of it? 623-1025, or you can tell us on Facebook. And we'll take a look at 4 states' news and weather in just 8 minutes. So the upcoming Indiana Jones, highly anticipated, nervously anticipated Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny movie got its premiere at the Cannes Film Festival last week. And for anyone worried, the early buzz on this one is they didn't screw it up. In fact, in spite of the fact that Harrison Jones is like 148 years old, one viewer said it was good, fun, and really an Indiana Jones movie. Fans will love it. It got a 6-minute standing ovation after it was over, which frankly is not unusual. I mean, these people would applaud a bowl of soup at one of these film festival things. So really, for those of you that are looking forward to the next Indiana Jones movie, we thought that there is a awesome product placement opportunity for them. This, I don't know if they've thought of this yet, but they really should think about this marketing campaign opportunity.
As an aging archaeologist, I get dirty. So when I step into my walk-in bathtub, I reach for a bar to steady myself. I reach for a bar of the newest Dial soap.
Indiana Jones uses Dial of Destiny soap.
Hobbling away from a giant boulder can make me sweaty. Dial of Destiny helps me clean all the places I can still reach, especially my Temple of Doom.
It comes in 2 varieties, leather bullwhip and crumpled fedora.
I used to smell old and musty, like I belonged in a museum. Not anymore. With Dial of Destiny soap.
Dial of Destiny.
Clean out your booby traps.
Sorry about the wait there, Dustin. What's going on? Good morning. So you want to hear some Garth, right? For his girlfriend. Are you guys going to get married? Yep, he says. Does she know this? Oh, okay. So she's willing. That's a plus, I guess. All right, we'll play it for you. Bye. They did a Garth Brooks feature on the American Country Countdown yesterday, but it wasn't that summer or standing outside the fire, either one. Are we going to have Tanya tickets for July? I don't know. Probably not, since we don't play her, and since they don't seem to be doing a lot of ticket giveaway promotion with that show. I don't know. Maybe. We'll see if we get closer to there. And it really depends on how they on how well the ticket sales are doing. If they're not doing well, then they'll do a bunch of ticket giveaways. If they are doing well, if people are buying a lot of them, then they won't. Did you guys hear about this killer whale attack that happened off the coast of Iberia? So apparently this has been happening more and more, where it looks like schools of killer whale will attack a yacht and start smashing into it, trying to take bites out of it. And this happened with this British couple that were sailing on this 46-foot great big yacht off the Straits of Gibraltar, were attacked by this whole pod of killer whales, and they felt banging into the hull. And there's a video that's been getting a lot of attention on TikTok and on YouTube, where the killer whales keep swimming into the hull and rudder, and it goes on for over an hour. And the whales chase them all the way back into shore, where when they get there, they see that the whales had taken whole chunks out of the rudder. Maybe the whales have just discovered bathtub toys. I don't know. It's just one of the many reasons, many reasons that I have not yet bought a yacht. That and the fact that I can't. Kicksland. There you go. Not just a SeaWorld thing. They have, yeah, right, Megan? And here SeaWorld's getting ready to release even more of these into the ocean. Perfect timing, Gina said, for what? Oh! Oh, yay! Oh my gosh, perfect. They just delivered the deck boards. Awesome! So my wife was able to be there and was able to get them put into the garage. That's a huge relief. Yay. So, look, they just delivered the composite deck boards. Why is that? Oh, because Jen's not no longer on. Hold on, I've got to get to MK Zoom. Nope. There we go. That's them bringing them up the driveway. And out in the road with them blocking traffic, which I'm sure made everybody happy. And there they are stacked up in the garage. That's how many I got of them. Which is a lot. So, yay! That rarely ever happens. They almost always, it's when we're gone, you know, that you get a delivery like that. Oh, I also got, over the weekend, I'm going to attempt to trim Bella's hair myself. So I got a razor kit, a electric razor for dogs, for wire hairs specifically. And I got her one of those harness things that you put on the table to hold her still so I don't have to battle holding her and everything. That they use at the dog groomers. Because I think I can do this. And it'll pay for itself one time. Will be cheaper than taking her to the dog groomers. And unfortunately, with wire hairs, you know, their hair grows like humans. Instead of shedding it, it just grows longer and longer and longer. So you have to do this. So I'm going to try my hand at it. I think I can do it. I think I can do as good a job as the groomers. And they're like, we'll see. May end up. Yeah, I need to, Jimmy. You are absolutely right. I need to take a video of this. That's a great idea. Need to have Jen come over and help me. That would be hilarious. Although, I don't want anybody to think I'm being cruel to her, you know, that Bella hates any kind of grooming stuff, so she's going to look very, very sad. I think that could be a funny video. Randy shaves his dog. But I know what I like, in fact, better than my groomers do. So we like to leave a little bit of length on the ears and on her legs and on her tail. So other than that, it's just find the right length attachment. You know, I'm thinking like a 3 or a 4, maybe a 5 or a 6. 5 or a 6. I'm thinking, what length do I use on my beard? A 5 or a 6 might be right length for her. And then just do her whole body and then go around her head while she's being held with that harness and do around her, the length on her jawline and around her eyebrows, which I end up having to redo that anyway after she comes back. They'll leave like one side way longer than the other. And I'm OCD, so that kind of thing bugs me. I always have to trim up her ears and her tail. They never get that right. So I think it might be. I think I can do it. So they have this harness thing, which it clamps onto the edge of your table surface. And it's this arm you can adjust the height of. And then it has an arm that goes over and a little thing that dangles down that goes around their neck. And you can pull it up high to where it holds their head up high, where they'll sit there like that. And it just keeps them in place so you don't have to battle. If you control the dog's head, you know, you'll control the dog. Yeah, I bet they are, Jimmy. As it's getting warmer, your normal haired dogs will be shedding profusely right now, trying to get rid of that insulation to help them stay cool. With a wire hair, any kind of a wire hair dog, poodle or Shih Tzu or anything like that, they won't. Theirs just grows longer and longer and longer. Oh my gosh, Dorinda, a couple months ago? We've had her back a couple months, I'd say. So when she had her surgery, that fixed all of her issues, Dorinda. She has only had 2 little accidents since she's been back. Both of those we couldn't figure out. Both of those, luckily, were solids, and luckily they didn't damage any floors or anything like that. So, yeah, German Shepherds, they shed a lot. My youngest daughter has a big German Shepherd, and bless his heart, Cooper, you can make a sweater with the hair that comes off that dog in a month. That totally fixed her issues. She has been so awesome, just the best behaved little thing. And that was her main issues, was the, she just peed everywhere. And we just could not. I mean, we have to, with our carpeting that we have to have it cleaned once a year, but we were having to have it cleaned a lot more than that. And it was just getting super expensive. And she was ending up having to stay in the kennel the whole time. And I didn't want her to have to go through that. And corgis are really bad too. Yeah, Megan. So we decided that it would be good for her to spend some time at my daughter's house, who has all hardwood floors. And she doesn't care about those accidents. It's not a big thing for them to clean up. She already has 3 dogs, 2 cats, whatever. So she just said, I'll keep her for a while we're working through this, which was great. We got to keep her in the family while she was getting all of her surgery done. They took quite a few kidney stones out of her, and big ones too. And now she has to go on a very, very expensive specific diet. Like $50 a month for her food. Seriously. Going to be sunny today with highs into the upper 70s. Then tonight, partly cloudy, lows around the mid-50s. And on Tuesday, sunshine again with highs into the lower 80s, lows near 60. A slight chance of rain and thunderstorms Wednesday afternoon with highs into the lower 80s, lows into the upper 50s. KIX 102.5 storm tracker radar isn't showing anything over the 4 states. It's 59 in Seneca, 59 in Carl Junction, and 62 in Joplin. To get signed up for severe weather alerts, head to the KIX app. So we're wanting to know, what do you always eat all of? Anytime this is set in front of you, you end up consuming the whole thing and biting other people's fingers whenever they get too close to it. 623-1025 to text or tell us, or you can tell us on Facebook. Here's Blake Shelton on the 4 states #1 for country, KIX 102.5. I need to get this up on Facebook while I'm thinking about it. Home Depot, we have delivered your order. How do I get back to my other page? There we go. Where is the... Facebook is so weird the way they do. Even their backgrounds are different from one page to the next. All right, Facebook, fine, whatever. Okay, that's up. Did we put it on Twitter? Okay. Phone calls are ready. Boy, there's not a lot going on today. SpaceX did another launch yesterday, successful one. This time a manned rocket flight. Where is it? Top 522. And you're going to be hearing a lot about the Ukraine. They lost another city to Russia. What? Weird name town. What was the name of it? Barkham. There it is. Wait a minute. What day is this? Google, trying to search for something on Google has suddenly gotten impossible. Anybody else notice this? It's nothing but ads most of the time. There it is. Finally. Yeah. Okay. So the SpaceX rocket that carried a former NASA astronaut and 3 paying customers took off yesterday from Florida. They are going to be on the International Space Station for a week, including this is an all private mission just for customers. The second one that they've done like this. Are they telling? Oh, among the paying customers is John Schaffner. He's an American who made his fortune in the telecom business and founded the hardware company called Duraline. Saudi Arabia also paid to fly 2 of its citizens, one of them being a fighter pilot in the Royal Saudi Air Force. So it's 2 Saudis and an American billionaire. They got to fly. Peggy Whitson is the first woman to command a private space flight. She's the former NASA astronaut. KIX 102.5, the 4 states number 1 for country morning KIX with Randy and Jen. Jen stepped out for a minute, but we'll be back in a few. Her daughter, by the way, is getting an award, so she wanted to be there for that. Congratulations to Beans. And we'll give you a look at the weather forecast in about 15 minutes to tell you what you can expect for the week. But we're talking about the thing that you always eat all of. Sometimes to your shame. You can text or tell us at 623-1025, or you can tell us what it is for you on Facebook. Here's Chris Young and Kay Brown on the 4 states #1 for country, KIX 102.5. Bakhmut is the town in Ukraine that fell to the Russians over the weekend. Yeah, I do too. I bet that was a lot. But yeah, they're going to be up there a week. So usually when we hear about these space flights and everything, they go right up, they fly around the atmosphere for an hour or so, and then they come right back down. But this one, they are going to be living on the International Space Station for a week. I bet that cost a fortune. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Also, the most expensive ice cream in the world. Did you guys hear about this? $6,400 for a scoop of it. Why? Well, it's called Byakuya, which is Japanese for white knight. Byakuya is 880,000 yen, which is about $6,300 for one serving, officially making it the most expensive ice cream in the world, according to Guinness. So it is made from it's a salato, which is similar to gelato. It has, trying to find the ingredients. It's topped off by edible gold leaf, of course, 2 types of cheese, and sakekusa, which is a paste-like ingredient that they derive from the process of sake making. It has white truffles. So they pour the white truffle at just the right texture, just as the ice cream softens up before mixing it with a handcrafted metal spoon given to them. And they're advised to let it defrost at room temperature or microwave it. And then they pair it with a sake or a French wine. There is a picture of it here, but it's not that interesting. Yep, it does have the gold leaf on it. That's right, Jimmy. Megan says one of those cheesecake samplers. She can knock one out in a night. She's talking about the one that's got the different flavors. It's cut into wedges, but it's got... To me, they all taste the same, Megan. I know the ones you're talking about. You get them at Walmart or pretty much any grocer, major grocer. Every single one of those tastes the same to me. Maybe a little bit of flavor deviation, but that really irritates me because I'll have the turtle one and then you'll get the cherry one, and there's barely any taste difference. All right, we're going to do impossible questions today. Or does anybody feel like it because it's Monday? We can skip it if you want to skip it. All right. Before we do that, I just saw this, that Michelle Yeoh, she's the star from Everything Everywhere All at Once. If you've still not seen that movie, you need to. She said there would be no sequel. There is no possibility of the sequel. It would just be the same thing all over again. So they have all agreed there will be no sequel to that movie. Okay. Impossible questions. That's not good. Let me find it. Okay, here we go. How many letters are in the alphabet? See if you can figure this out. Yeah, there's really not because Jen left. It's just not interesting anymore. 4, 5, 6, 7. Still got 7. I mean, there's just 4 on YouTube, but we've got 2 more on Facebook and 1 on Twitch, and then there's a few on the website. So, Red is here. That's right. How many letters are in the alphabet is the question. No, that is incorrect. KIX 102.5, the 4 states number 1 for country. Here's Morgan Wallen on KIX 102.5. Not the answer. You're wrong. Wrong. Wrong, Megan. $26. Incorrect, Jimmy. That is not the answer. Not the answer you're looking for. Nope. Not 25. Not 26. No. Incorrect. Can't figure it out. I'll tell you after the break. Not 8. No. I'll tell you after the break, Jimmy. Not 9, Kathy. Some of you need to go back and count. Meanwhile, while we're waiting for the break to come up, they have done the first ever full 3D scan of the Titanic. Says it showed some stuff they did not know before. They did the 3D scan of the whole shipwreck and the surrounding 3-mile debris field, where personal belongings of the ocean's liner's passengers like shoes, watches are all scattered there. I'm trying to find if there's a place where you can see it. No, there is not, so never mind. Who cares? Why tell us about it if you're not going to show it? Not 10, Jimmy. Did they show it, though, Kathy? Did they show the 3D scan? Because they're not on any of the news stories I'm finding. All right, 10 seconds. Here we go. KIX 102.5, the 4 states number 1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen, 8:21. Jen stepped out for a little bit to go to an award ceremony for her daughter, but we'll be back later. And we're talking today about what you always eat all of. I mean, much to your shame and humiliation, maybe, but because if this is ever set in front of you, you can't help it. You end up eating all of it because you just can't resist it. 623-1025 to tell us. Or you can tell us at 623-1025, or you can tell us at 623-1025. Okay, you get the idea. What do you always eat all of?
My friends at college, we were having a hot dog eating contest, and I told them I could down a whole bunch of them in 2 minutes flat, and they didn't believe me, so they tied me, and I ate hot dogs and bun, 28 of them in 2 minutes.
Holy cow! No offense. I mean, your parents must be so proud.
They were in complete awe and shock, but I was definitely sicker than a dog.
Yeah, hot dog.
I had to drink pretty much a whole bottle of Pepto-Bismol. and I was pretty much curled up in my bed the rest of the day.
That's just great. What did you eat all of?
2 dozen donuts yesterday.
Really? Why?
I just started at the sheriff's office, and apparently...
You had a quota to fill.
I know. So 2 dozen donuts yesterday. I was so sick, I pretty much just laid around on my entire day off.
Yeah, it's got to be a really expensive habit.
Well, I work at the donut shop part-time, so I would say so.
That's even better. Work at the donut shop and at the sheriff's department. I think I see somebody getting a raise soon. What is it that you always eat all of?
Thin Mint Girl Scout cookies.
Yeah, or as they're better known, the heroine of Girl Scout cookies.
Yes, it's terrible.
Yeah, those girls at the Walmart parking lot see me coming.
And they get you every time. Every time we walk outside of Walmart, there they are. You go home and relax, there they are.
You look under the couch, there they are. Tell us what you ate all of or what you always eat all of. You can text or tell us at 623-1025 or tell us on Facebook. It's the 4 states #1 for country. Hey! 3. Jen already went through and fixed everything. Look at that. Okay. The answer, as Jimmy guessed, because she was going through each number individually, is 11. THEALPHABET. The alphabet has 11 letters in it. 18 pages. Front and back. Okay. That's way too easy. Let me get another one here. That's too easy. Okay, here we go. This is a good one. What do you say? What is the thing you're supposed to say or the proper response when you finally understand something? What do you say when you finally understand something? By default, Jimmy. You win by default. It's your default. What do you say when you finally understand something? In other words, when you finally know the answer to how many letters are in the alphabet? Yeah, it really is. Well, I felt you deserve an easy one because the other one apparently was too difficult. An entire pack of Hawaiian rolls, Megan says. Yeah, there you go. I don't know what it is about the bread that has the buttery sweetness to it. Like sweet rolls, those croissants, Hawaiian rolls are a lot the same way. I'm the same way. So we had our first cookout here at the radio station on Friday in the middle of the rain, yes. But my wife made those, what I call sandwiches. They are the sliders, the ham and cheese sliders with the poppy seed on them. And they got this, I don't know, she makes this sauce that they soak in before she bakes them. I can eat an awful lot of those. Her mom used to make them for me. And luckily, Gina got the recipe after her mom died. No, nobody brought the green bean casserole. I went and got a big piece of paper and I wrote the word crap on it because I was going to set that right in front of the green bean casserole. Turns out they're all talk. They were all talk. There was no green bean casserole. The question again was, what do you say when you finally understand something? Little B sandwiches. Yeah. Love those. Those, now, to me, they are okay by themselves, but they are not enjoyed to their fullest potential unless they're eaten with Pringles. I don't know why that combination. No other chip tastes right, but when you eat Pringles with those sandwiches, it is just freaking stupid. That's the way they're intended to be eaten. Little sandwiches and Pringles. I've tried them with French fries, tater tots, not right. I've tried them with corn chips, not good. Ruffles, nope. Doritos, no. Pringles has the right amount of saltiness that combines well with the sandwich. Doritos has the flavor's overwhelming. It totally hides the sandwiches. Corn chips just didn't taste right. Nope, wrong, Megan. I get that. Wrong. Not correct. The question is, what do you say when you finally understand something? Nope, that is not it, Jimmy. You say, okay, ready? Everybody ready for the answer? Give up, give up. Got one more after this. The answer is, nope, that is not it either, Dorinda. You are wrong. So wrong. I got it. Nope, the answer is, O. O-H. Oh. Okay, next question. Let me see. I like this one. If you spell, you got to listen very closely. Everybody, tension. Quit. Pull over the side of the road. If you spell sit in the tub as S-O-A-K, soak, and if you spell a funny story as J-O-K-E, joke, how do you spell the white of an egg? Okay, again, if you spell sit in the tub as S-O-A-K, and you spell a funny story as J-O-K-E, how do you spell the white of an egg? Anybody? 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 Not Dorinda. No, incorrect. Anybody? Nope. Tastes the same. Nope. Nope. All incorrect. Incorrect, Jimmy. Incorrect, Dorinda. Incorrect. Inside, outside, left side, right side. Nope. The USC, University of South Carolina, while you're trying to figure that out, has announced that they are stopping the experiment on cocaine-hungry rats. I think we're all thrilled to hear that. Researchers had been administering electric shocks to punish cocaine-addicted rats who were thirsting after the drug, mainly because they're really, really bored there and school's almost out for the year and they had nothing better to do. But they said that due to the complaints from the Stop Animal Exploitation Now organization, SAN, they expressed outrage and sent a letter to the president calling for a permanent end to the research. So they agreed to stop the study, which had received $824,000 in funding meant to study addiction and drug abuse. Nope, not right, Jimmy. Okay, the answer, if you are ready, is EGGWHITE. And in case you forgot what the question was, it was if you spell sit in the tub as S-O-A-K and you spell a funny story as J-O-K-E, how do you spell the white of an egg? EGGWHITE. All right. Tomorrow, we are going to be talking about what were you not allowed to touch at your house when you were growing up. What was the thing you were not allowed to touch at your house? Everybody had that thing, right, that you weren't allowed to touch. We were not allowed to sit on the living room furniture. We're not allowed to touch it. If you wanted to sit in the house, you could do it in the dining room or in the den or in your bedroom. But you did not sit in the living room. What are you sitting in here for? You know you're not supposed to be in here. We were also not allowed to touch the dishes in the china dining cabinet. So they had this big bureau. It's like a chest of drawers with a stand on the top of it that had all of the fine china plates. We were not allowed to touch those. In all the years that I lived at that house, some 16, we never once ate off those plates or used the actual silverware that was in the drawers. Never. I have no idea why we had it. So what were you not allowed to touch? Maybe it was something of your father's or something of your mom's that they were very partial to, and you'd been warned, you will lose your fingers if you touch this. U-E-S spells yes. What does E-Y-E-S spell? Eyes. Well, I didn't say it, Jimmy. You did. Okay, so. KIX 102.5, the 4 states, #1 for country. Want to know, what do you eat all of? Or what have you eaten all of when you sit down in front of it? 623-1025 is Luke Bryan on KIX. We need to give you questions, and you need to answer. Any day, anytime. Eat your Wheaties. You know I know the answers to everything, or we'll make them up. Oh, boy. Are they answering on Facebook yet? Popcorn. There's a great one. Patrice said popcorn. I'm that way whenever I smell it. I have to eat it. And then once I start eating it, I can't quit. Tomorrow, we're also talking about the Star Wars closing down. And about the recovery of the ruby slippers. So the guy who did that, the thief who stole the ruby slippers, has now been indicted. He's going to be going to prison. So we'll have all the details on that story, plus the Star Wars hotel closing down. And I think we're talking about the new Amazon daycare academy that is opening up in select sites around the country. But our topic tomorrow is the what were you not allowed to touch at your house. There you go, Megan. What do they call that stuff? Do they call it divinity? They don't call it divinity. Ambrosia. Isn't it ambrosia salad, the Cool Whip salad? And it's either green or pink. It had marshmallows in it. Love that stuff. Yes, I could eat the whole bowl of it. So I'm supposed to get Bella's grooming thing in, one of them today. I think the harness comes in today, and then I think the razor comes in towards the end of the week. So probably sometime next week, I'm going to try to give her a haircut. She doesn't need it terribly bad right now. Might be better to wait until it's really long so you can really tell the difference. So sometime in the next month or so, probably, we'll give her a haircut and try to do a video recording of it. All right. Time for our next break. Which one are we going to do this time? KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen, 8:36. It's going to be sunny today. Highs are going to be, is it going to get into the 80s today? Not quite. Upper 70s for today, but we will have lower 80s for the highs by the end of the week, and we'll tell you more about that with a look at the forecast next hour. But we're talking today about what you can eat all of. Anytime you sit down with this in front of you, you always end up eating all of it. Or maybe it was just a one-time event. You couldn't believe you ate all of whatever it was. 623-1025 to text or tell us, what did you eat all of?
A whole block of cheese.
Now, wait a minute. When you say block, do you mean like a city block?
Like just a regular old block you get at the store. It was a dare in 5th grade, and I was dumb enough to do it.
I bet that blocked you up for a couple of days.
Oh, it was rough.
Wow. What did you eat all of?
Well, does drinking a whole gallon of pickle juice on a dare count?
Oh, my gosh. You know, if I didn't know that dill pickle juice was good for nausea, I would think it would cause it. At least that much of it must have caused it.
Well, I guarantee you, I wasn't cramping for a long, long time.
Yeah, but your pee smell weird. What is the thing that you ate all of?
It was like a triple chocolate cheesecake one year for Thanksgiving.
Woohoo, yeah, bring it on.
But I was so nauseated afterwards because it was too rich.
Well, apparently it wasn't too rich. I mean, you did eat the whole thing.
Had it with a cup of black coffee.
To help balance out the sweetness, I get it.
Because, you know, black coffee helps rinse the palate whenever you're drinking or eating something sweet. So maybe that's why I was able to do it.
Gotta have that balance of sweet and bitter going there. What was it that you ate all of? You can text or tell us at 623-1025, or you can tell us on Facebook. It's the 4 states #1 for country, KIX 102.5. Frog eye salad. Yeah, I've heard it called that before. Has those noodles like tapioca. Tapioca has noodles. You mean the, whatever that stuff's called, that chunky stuff in it. Cranberry sauce. I love cranberry sauce when it has pecans in it. Shaved, whatever the shaved, is that shaved cranberry they put in? With pecan, or is it coconut? It's like coconut, and then pecans in it. I love that. All right, guys, that is going to wrap it up for us today. Tomorrow, again, we're going to be talking about what were you not allowed to touch at your house when you were growing up. Your mother's for special, or whatever, your dad's particular food item. So we had food items in the refrigerator that the girls knew they were not allowed to eat. My lunch stuff, couldn't just go raid the fridge and eat Dad's lunch stuff back when I used to take my lunch to work. And we'll be talking about the Star Wars hotel closing down. And there is an alternative. So if that's going to ruin your vacation plans this summer because you were going to go spend the $6,000 or so it took for a family of 4 to stay there, we have an alternative that we would like to prefer. And we'll be talking about the recovery and the conviction of the ruby slipper thief. So all of that tomorrow. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.